It turns out that being a YouTuber is hard. I know that's hard to believe, but it turns out my last video had the enhancement panel completely undocked from the builder, meaning that you couldn't see it. Surprisingly, people still like that video, which is baffling to me, but you can see it now, and hopefully it stays that way. Anyways, with that said, hello everybody. Yes, we are doing another experimental build. I already have forgotten what I called. Theoretical builds, that's what I called it. I'm never going to remember that. Anyways, what are we building today? We are building another Arcane Trickster, as hard as it is to believe. However, this time, we're doing it a bit different. We're going to be building a hybrid Arcane Trickster. Because, since the update has released, changes have been made to the tree that make it a better hybrid. Those changes are not reflected in the builder. You're just gonna have to take my word for it. But with that said, let's get into it. So to start, we're in a guild. We are leveling up intelligence, because we're not stupid. We have tomes. We are a pay-to-win elitist, so we have all the almost all the past lives. We're going to be chaotic neutral. As said in the previous video, if you can be chaotic neutral, you should be, because of how many enemies cast Chaos Hammer. And we're going to be a gnome. Not a deep gnome, specifically a gnome. I know in the last video, I said be a deep gnome for the insta-kill and DCs. For this specific build, gnome is good enough. Also, the last video I made a bunch of mistakes, but I mean, it's a theoretical build for a reason. So, we're going to max out intelligence. We're going to put 16 in constitution. No, we put 18. We're going to put 4 in dex. We're going to save the file. Oh boy. Alright, file is saved. You're going to select Arcane Trickster. Alright, so why are we making a hybrid? Well, some changes were made to the tree that seem to make it, at least in theory, maybe a little worse than Eldritch Knight, maybe a little better than Eldritch Knight, I don't know. I've asked people who know this sort of thing and they say it's worse. To me, as someone who's played Eldritch Knight a lot, it seems better, so today we are here to figure that out. So, we are actually going to first do the skills. Like tumble, UMD, spot, search, open lock. We're actually not leveling up moves, spellcraft, believe it or not. That is not the plan. I know that's hard to believe, but it's true. Heal, disable, diplogue. Yeah, I mean, we might as well level it up because we have literally infinite skill points, so. I mean, you basically can take every single skill in the game, almost. So, skills, not super important. Alright, we are going to take single weapon fighting. Why are we taking single weapon fighting? Well, one of the people I talked to who knows how to calculate DPS said that Arcane Trickster is going to be worse than Eldritch Knight because Arcane Trickster can't get 300 melee power. I take that as a challenge. We are going to hit 300 melee power. That is the goal. If this build sucks, as long as it hits over 300 melee power, that's good. Because we want to prove this person wrong. For no reason. We just want to do that. That is the goal, is to prove them wrong. Oh, which of these should I take? I can't lie, I'm a big fan of Living Shadow, and I know that it lowers your DPS. I'm just one of the worst players to ever touch this game, so I have to have it. I don't have to have it, but I like it. So, if you don't like that, deal with it, .png. I'm gonna take Quick in there. Here, we are going to take... What to take? I mean, Past Life Arcane Initiate's good, I think. And here, improve single weapon fighting. Here we're gonna take Spell Focus Illusion. Here we're going to take improved critical slashing because we're a hybrid. Here, greater single weapon fighting, bonus magical feat, greater spell focus illusion, and then here, I'm thinking Nimble Fingers is the play for the sneak attack die. Yeah, that sounds good. Okay. So far, this build looks pretty trash and bizarre, so... I always take Eerie Aim at level 21. I know it's less DPS, technically, than, like, Overwhelming Critical or Patience. But some of the epic monsters, some not all, have insanely bananas AC to the point where it's higher than endgame monsters. So I like taking this early, so that way I have a better time in those garbage quests, like Sands. Sands is one of the ones that is like that. Alright, and then here, obviously, Patience and single weapon fighting. Then here, we're going to take Double Strike. Then we might swap this out later, you'll see why. Embolden, because we want to land DCs. Here, we're going to take Harbinger of Chaos, because we're chaotic. Dark Gift upgrade, thank you. Legendary feat. We're going to take Arborea. That's right. We're taking Arborea on a hybrid, because I think we can land the DCs even with Arborea. I'm that confident. Oh, whoops. Don't ever, in any circumstances, take the feat I just took. You are going to be laughed upon by the community, and rightly so. Please don't ever take that feat. Here, we're actually going to take Arcane Warrior. What on earth am I cooking up? Well, it will all make sense in the end. And for my last feat, for my last feat, you could take Epic Spell Focus Illusion. You definitely could take that. I'm actually going to take Watchful Eye, because it's 1 DC versus auto-spotting all traps. I don't normally take Watchful Eye, but I don't know. I just really like the auto-spotting. I know you're going to rave in the comments about how that's a bad idea and how I shouldn't do that, and I don't give a shit. I can always just swap it out if I need the DC. I don't know. I don't know where my DCs are going to end up. I think they'll land, but we will see. And then this last feat, we're actually not going to take Titan's Blood. We're going to take Crush Weakness because we're going to run a Heart Shard, I would assume. At least, since we're not a caster, we don't have to use a Gem Many Facets, so theoretically we can use a Heart Shard. Just spending my Reaper enhancements because I'm a filthy elitist who zergs and is a bully because I zerg and I play on Reaper modes, therefore I'm an elitist. If you've read the forums, you know what I'm talking about. Reason I'm taking Dex points over Strength points is because Strength does literally nothing and Dex gives a bonus to AC, or Might. It's basically useless, but basically useless is not the same as completely useless, so there you go. Alright, Reaper trees spent. Why are we picking Gnome? Well, it's an inch race. But the main thing is for greater color spray, because even with the update, you still don't get greater color spray in the spellbook, which kinda sucks. So instead we have to either pick it up in Feydark or in Gnome. And I haven't done the math yet, but I don't think we can pick it up in Feydark. I don't think, because I have another plan in mind. You'll see. Also, Gnome gets Spell Focus Illusion, which is 3 more DCs, which is nice. Okay, favorite enemy Reptilian, let's frickin' go. Yeah, the Gnome tree isn't great, to be honest. Alright, what other trees are we gonna run? Harper Agent and Run From It, Dread It, Fear It. That's right. This is a Vistani Knife Fighter build. I know. I never play anything that isn't Vistani, but it's just too good. It's just too good. It's a crutch for shitty builds, and this is one such shitty build, so. 4. We're gonna take the Mage Hands, because they are free crowd control with no downside. This doesn't apply to a Kukri, which is stupid. I don't like that. This also doesn't reduce our threat generation. Wait, we're gonna have an orb. We're gonna take this, because we're gonna have an orb. Disable device. We're actually not taking the magic missiles, because we're at melee. Oh yeah, Find Dust is a crowd control spell with a really insanely long cooldown, but it's based on Disable Device. That's not even that bad an option. Wow, I never thought I would take that. That's actually kind of cool. And here's the kicker. We're going to have the melee power imbue. We don't need deflect arrows. We're going to get that out of Vistani. I don't think we need this. I don't think we need cost reduction. Stolen Spell 2. Insightful damage, baby. Let's frickin' go. Intelligence point. Shit ton of imbue dice. Your weapon attacks and offensive evocation spells have a chance to give +1 illusion enchantment DC stacks 4 times. Hey, guess what? We're gonna be meleeing stuff. Quick draw and 5 USP. No brainer. Stolen Spell 3. We're not taking Force Missiles. We're actually going to take Flash Freeze. I know it has a 30-second cooldown, but that means every 30 seconds you just get a free pack that dies. It's not ideal, but it's good enough to take. And then here, more sneak attack dice. Oh, I only took 2 meta magics. Is that fine? I think that's okay. I still think it's worth it for 2 sneak attack dice, and only taking 2 meta magics I think is okay, for the simple reason that we don't need spell power, we only need DCs. Spell Pen and Fort Bypass, Uncapped Dodge, Intelligence point. Sure, we'll take that. So this ability got changed. What did this ability get changed to? Not bad with the spell was removed. And the 5% critical chance with all spells was put into these two abilities. And the 20 spell power was put into this ability. The spell pen is just lost. It doesn't exist. So, that is why we're doing hybrid, is because now we can take the not bad with the blade, get the crit chance and the spell power. So we're gonna take this. I don't think I need that. I'm gonna take this. We're gonna take. Also, Greater Evo is no longer here. It is now turned to Frog. Oh, we have to choose between Tensors and Heal. I think we have to take Tensors, and that means that we can't take Flash Freeze here. We have to take Cure Serious. Tensors here. And obviously this ability is amazing. It's just heals. You can heal someone or yourself. And since we're taking the Capstone, at least I think we're gonna take the Capstone. I still haven't decided. I think multi-classing would be better because the main thing this Capstone gives is for casters. It doesn't really give a whole lot to melee. Let me just quickly change that. I'm thinking for the other levels we take Warlock and this is a tough one. I think Dark Hunter is a good idea. We put that there, we put that there. Warlock Pact, doesn't matter, pick it based on your cosmetics. Then we could take Favorite Enemy Elf. Okay, why did I do that? Well, it allows me to cut points out of this tree that I don't need. So I have more points in this tree than I think I need. I don't even think oh no, I have to take that. Okay. Anything in tier 4 I don't think I need. No. I think I need all that. I don't think I need this. Maybe. It does heal other people. We'll see how the APs land. I don't know. We'll come back to that. Harper, you get this, you get this, you get this. Easy peasy. Acrobat, get movement speed. Light Spirit, take the aura. Deepwood Stalker. You can take Far Shot and this for 2 more sneak attack dice. That's why I took Dark Hunter. And Dark Hunter class also gives the Dark Hunter class also gives a sneak attack dice level 1 as well. Just fix the skills. Alright. So we have 28 points left to spend. So, of course, we're going in Vistani Knife Fighter. Now, why would we go into Vistani Knife Fighter? Well, so this ability gives critical threat range and multiplier with melee weapons. Vistani only gives critical multiplier with Kukris, and yes, we're running Kukris. And then here we can pick up 20 melee power from this, 5% double strike from this. Should probably pick up the end point for DCs as well. Now we have 3 points left to spend. Honestly, maybe just take Presto. Is there a better choice than just taking Presto? Take an int point. I think Presto's the play though. Now, Epic Destinies. What am I doing in Epic Destinies? Shadow Dancer. We're gonna use Primal Avatar. And what is gonna be our main tree? Good question. Ideally, we want it to be a hybrid tree. It's the ideal scenario. I just don't think Shadow Dancer is worth it. Fatesinger is a good choice because we can use Cut the Strings because we're gonna... No, we're not... Then we need to build for 2 spell DCs. I really like that option. We could go into Macrotech and use Rune Arms. Is the Macrotech tier 5 even a good choice? I don't hate it. It's not the worst tree. And Armor of Legends is very powerful. We can pick up 5% attack speed, 1 imbue die, and probably 10 spell power. Do that. I like that idea. But why are we in Primal Avatar? In Primal Avatar, we can take the Thorn Mantle. We actually want the... Or does it really matter? We want Thorn. Because then we can take Shardstorm, the Mind thing, and now so when you upgrade it, Shardstorm gives you temp HP. So with the temp HP will be tankier. 3 imbue dice from Shared Mantle. We also can take... You can't take Illusion DCs, never mind. I guess we'll take the infinite spell points. In Shadow Dancer, Cover of Darkness, we have Nimble Fingers, so we want to take Technician. Step through Shadows. Sneak Dice. Double Strike. Fort Bypass, and then here we can take the Illusion DCs. I didn't account for the Epic Strike. Shit. I did not account for which Epic Strike I would take. Obviously these 2 trees, Epic Strikes don't work. Damn it. Fucking Fury of the Wild being the only Epic Strike that ever works on any melee build. Hate that. I want to take the Shadow Dancer Epic Strike, but like... Should I do that? It's like, I can land the debuff on the melee attack. I can land it on Nightmare Lance, but Nightmare Lance won't do any damage because it's not building for spell power. Decisions. Okay. I mean, It's not the worst epic strike. I can get Dark Imbuement, which isn't too bad. I can also get the increased melee range. Let me swap my Dark Gift. Yeah, honestly, I fuck Fear of the Wild. I don't even like that tree. We're just gonna go with this. And then I have way too many points spent in this tree, so we need to cut points somewhere. I have 4 bypassed my heroic tree, so I think I can just entirely cut that. What is my double strike right now? Nice. 9 imbue dice. 22 sneak attack dice. That's 32% double strike, missing all that. So that's 52, 58, 67. Without any gear. I don't need this. I don't need this at all. Perfectly fine on double strike. Okay, we have that. And then over here, no fail reflex on 1, AC. I don't know. I don't know if I want to use an orb or a rune arm. Rune arm would give me the imbue damage, which isn't a terrible idea. Problem is there's no good rune arms. Besides, I guess, Dino Bone? Yes, just Dino Bone. This is Propane Sneak Attack dice, not a terrible choice. Arcane Imbuement. We want the double strike, obviously. Might as well take the spell power. In here, I believe we want Echo Drive. Pretty sure that's the imbue die. Is Blast, Dissonance, and Ruin. Which of these do we want? 10 spell power, 3 to saves, or 3 tactics. We don't have any tactics. Our damage isn't based on spell power, so I guess saves. It's Blast. Spell power here. It's just Spellcraft and UMD. We want this. We want the crit multi. We want the spell DCs. Do we even want this epic moment? It's 30 seconds of haste boost and sprint boost. And the rune arm charge rate and the spell cooldown reduction is effectively useless. I don't even think we want that. Because instead of that, we can take... Oh boy, what could we take instead? I guess spell power, because like it'll heal us. Dances time. I need to remind myself. So slippery magic is the dodge. We're gonna always have that because we're meleeing. Tricks on tricks is the DCs, which we're always gonna have. We're always gonna have both Arcane of the Arcane Warriors. And why are we gonna have both? So the Arcane Warrior melee power one stacks every tick of Elder Chara, but it also stacks for every shard of Shardstorm, meaning it's going to be trivial for us to maintain full stacks. What is our intelligence? 53. That could be better, for sure. But we did give up on a capstone, so this is what it is. Warlock spells. Actually, I need to check if there's... I need to check if there's any level 1 spells that are worth splashing 1 level over Dark Hunter for, because we can take mixed magics, theoretically. We could take it. I don't know if it's worth it, though. I just need to check all the other classes' level 1 spellbooks. There's probably nothing useful, I would suspect, because obviously they're level 1 spells. No, there doesn't appear to be anything. Yeah, there doesn't really appear to be any level 1 spells worth taking, so... I've heard Grease is really good for 2-aught to handle, especially. Man, this spell list is so garbage. I hate it. I'm always gonna hate this. Every time I make an Arcane Trickster build, I'm gonna make a comment about how bad this spellbook is. Although it does have freedom of movement. It is actually pretty good. Alright, so 48% forward bypass, that's fine. 180 melee power. We're over halfway to the 300 I said we were gonna get. We are at 16 imbue dice and 23 sneak attack dice. Those are both very decent numbers, to be honest. Those are both pretty damn good numbers. Defensive breakdowns. I mean... Oh, right, we're macro tech, so we get more fort, which is going to make up the deficiency of... Please hold. Where is it? We're going to run the Potion of Prowess. We're going to run the Long-Lasting Intelligence, but Yugoloth Essence of Cunning reduces fort by 50%. So that is going to help make up that 50% that we would otherwise lose. Also... 167 AC, huh? 167 AC naked. Yeah, that adds up. We're gonna have a lot of AC with this build, it turns out. 26% dodge. Without any items. Nice. Nice. You thought Monk was a dodgy character? No, we just get 15% uncapped dodge, just absolutely for free. Wait. When you land an offensive spell on a target. Oh shit. Offensive spell? I thought this also included melee. Whoops. Alright, party's over, build sucks, that doesn't work. Rip the build. Oh, looks like I never spent 2 of the points. Well, I know what to do with that. Another int point. Now we're at 58 intelligence, which is getting there. Okay. Healing amp is shit. Bab is terrible. Oh, well. We're running tensors because we took that in the spell. So our AC's even higher now. Hit points are higher. The only downside of tensors is it lowers your DCs by 2. And that might matter because we took Arborea instead of a DC epic or legendary feat. But this gives 2 illusion DCs, and this gives 4. We get 6 DCs total. And since we only need to land illusion and we only have greater color spray, because you don't get any other ones, I think we can make that work. I think probably will be able to land Greater Color Spray in most stuff. I don't think we're going to land it in Lamortia, because Lamortia's saves are just anti-player. They're designed for you to not land them. That's a guess. %48 double strike. What are our spell DCs looking like? Bonus to illusion is 23. Past Life Deep Gnome is 3 more. Do we need the double strike? Let's think about this. So if we're going to get 20% from wielding a Kukri, that'll put us at 68%. But we're going to run 15 and 15 from set bonus enhancement. So that'll get us to 98. And if we run an Insightful, that'll put us at over 100. We don't need it. We can just get rid of it. Because it doesn't include Shadow Device, Profane, whatever else we can fit in. At 26, that's still not great, but I mean, we're a hybrid, so what can you do? I'm just kind of curious what our spell power's at. That's funny. We need more spell pen, though. That we definitely need more of. Yikes, the spell pen is really freaking bad. Where can I get more spell pen? We get 2 more here, but probably better than this spell power, honestly. Still need more. We're not gonna have enough spell pen for. Wait a minute. What am I saying? Sorry. I'm sorry that I'm having a case of the stupids, but Greater Color Sprite doesn't check spell pen, so spell pen is completely irrelevant. We don't need it. We can just dump that stat. Hell yeah. The more stats we dump, the better. This is interesting. Alright, then Kukri. Obviously, we're gonna run Maw, because Maw is insane. We're gonna put on probably Dust. Why Dust? We want Essence of Constellation. And then here, I put Truthful Blow. Now our melee power is 210. We just have 91 more to go before we beat what this guy said. And I think we can do it. I believe in us. Rune Arm. Oh boy, what Rune Arm would I even use? I think these are all shit, so I'm thinking I think Dino Bone is just the only option. Well, either Dino Bone or Alchemical. Dino Bone would mean we could put crit chance and spell power on the armor. But if we went for Alchemical, we could get Alchemical Earth Attunement, as well as +2 to Intelligence. I think that's a better choice. Owen's Prototype. This doesn't matter. I forget. Can you put... I don't think you can put the Lightning Strike on tier 1. I don't think you can. Wait, no. You can put... What am I saying? You can also put Alchemical Earth Attunement on Dino Bone, meaning the only advantage of Tobin's Prototype is the 2 Intelligence, meaning it's just worse. Because here we can put Shadow Scale, Meltfang, Dragon of Extraplanar Shadow for 3% Double Strike, and Goldfang, yay! Here we're gonna put Truthful Blow in the green, probably Topaz of Illusion. So now we have 25 d6 sneak attack dice. well as 65% double strike. Okay, we're doing good. We're getting there. Since we know how to play the game, we're gonna be running the Greaves of Seasons Warding. In this slot, I'm thinking just putting the Topaz of Illusionary Power. The Sun and Moon slots are going to be a little split with this build because we also need spell DCs. We don't necessarily need spell power, we just need DCs. So here we're going to put first the Lunar Gem of Melee Power. 225 melee power. We are slowly closing in on the big 300. Gloves. I'm back to that. Since I'm playing in melee, I'm going to default to Omniscience and Tumbleweed because they are just too good. I know, I'm not using an Autumn Equinox. Boo-hoo. I'm not playing with the meta ring. Oh no, whatever will I do? That is the most overrated item in the entire game. Convince me otherwise. You can't. I just think this set is better. Put the wrong augment in the other one. Why do I think that this set is better? It's probably a video in of itself, but I guess I can give a little explanation here. Don't remember what augments I put in, so that kind of sucks. Oh, Greater Heroes, and that's right. So, why do I think Omniscience and Tumbleweed are better than the Autumn Equinox? Let's look at the stats of Omniscience. Shield, Riposte, Resistance, Fortification. Every single one of those stats is useful on any build. Every melee build wants all these stats. You could argue Shield is not as useful because it's just AC, but technically, unless you're playing a Vanguard, that always applies, therefore you always get the benefit. Tumbleweed. Insightful Dexterity, Exceptional Nimble Skills, Accuracy, Deadly. Insightful Dexterity is always useful on melee builds because it gives you more reflex saves and it gives you more AC. Obviously, unless you're playing a Dex build, and then in which case this is your main stat. Exceptional Nimble Skills looks useless, however, it gives Exceptional Balance and Exceptional Tumble, which are two skills at endgame that actually matter. Because the more balance you get, the more likely you are to resist enemies' trip effect. And the higher your tumble, the faster you tumble, meaning the faster you move, meaning the faster you zerg ahead of all your party members. And then they complain on the forums because they're too slow and can't keep up. So, if you want to be that guy that zergs ahead, you want more tumble. And then Accuracy and Deadly, obviously, two of the most important stats to have on a melee character. And yes, I know that the top end items give 24 accuracy and 12 deadly. I hate to break it to you, but 3 points of accuracy and 1 point of damage is completely fucking irrelevant. It doesn't matter at all. It's like not even 1/100th of a percent of your damage, probably. It is completely freaking irrelevant. It doesn't matter. So just having effectively these two items both have stats that will help on every single melee build, almost universally. And then the set bonus gives Artifact PRR, Artifact MRR, and Artifact MRR cap all at once. Obviously, the set bonus is worse if you are a medium or heavy armor character. If you've looked at my builds, you know that I never do that. I'm always in light armor almost every time. And then obviously Artifact PR and MRR is just good to have because then you get more tanky, and tanky is good. Just so, you just look at the stats. I don't have a PRR and MRR item, and I almost have 100 PRR. I don't have armor on, and I already have over 200 AC. My saves, I don't have the relevant ability scores to these saves, and these saves are admittedly not great, but I'm playing a class that gets shit saves. It's like the class identity is you get shit saves. And like these saves are not even the worst. Like there are Warlock is significantly worse. And then compared to the Autumn Equinox, what does the Autumn Equinox get us? It gets us Alchemical Earth Attunement, which admittedly, if you don't have it, is good. Bloody Thorns is only useful on Druid, Ranger, and Barbarian. It's only useful in those classes. And even with a pure 20 of one of those classes, which very rarely happens, you only get 5 to damage. And yes, 5 to damage that stacks is a good thing to have. I get that. I understand. The thing is, the way people talk about this item is they talk about this item like it is the best item ever made in the entire game, when only 3 classes actually benefit from the item. Insightful Resistance, that's an augment. It's also worse than the augment. Insightful Double Strike, Insightful Double Shot. You could just use another item. So, in reality, this item, what does it do for us? It gets us a good dot that can be hard to fit. It gets us a thing that only only applies to 3 classes. Admittedly, only one of those classes is good, like for endgame DPS. It gives us something that's augmentable, and it gives us 2 stats, because Double Strike and Double Shot, in Double Strike and Double Shot, you only need one of them on a build, and there's plenty of other items you can use, like the Mithril Cloaks. And what do you give up? This doesn't have a set bonus. Rings don't have Sun or Moon slots. So, you run the Autumn Equinox, and you give up on this set bonus, or another set bonus that you could get from having a ring. Now, I know people rave about how good Alchemical Earth Attunement is. I get that. I understand that Alchemical Earth Attunement is really freaking good. You can't convince me that effectively throwing away my ring slot for Alchemical Earth Attunement and not using these 2 rings, which have completely fine, relevant, good stats and a good set bonus, you can't convince me. You will never convince me. I will never accept that the Autumn Equinox is better than this set bonus. And yes, you can find higher level items with these stats that have higher levels. That's fine. I don't care. Just like let's look at the modern relevant rings. They don't have Sun or Moon slots. Let's look at this one. It's a blank. This one's a terrible artifact. It's just this Memory of Binding is completely trash because it has basically no proc chance and it has a save that's too low. This item, 2 augmentable stats. This item, 1 terrible stat and something you run on the Mithril Cloak or just Autumn Equinox. This item, wow. This item, augment. This item, augment. Artifacts. This item, augment, hard to get stat, augment, augment. This item. Why would you ever run that? It's just trash. And then these items are all hybrid items. So, Lamau, imagine running a hybrid item. This item, turning stats, hilarious. This item, Lamau. This item, all augmentable stats, all augmentable stats. This item is admittedly good, except it's only on tanks. This item, literally nothing good about this item. This item, it's a caster item. This item, it's a caster item. This item, it's a caster item. You see what I'm saying? The rings, for the most part, are completely fucking trash. And what people end up doing is they end up with an Autumn Equinox, they run a Cannith crafted ring as their other ring, so that way they can farm a good curse. Imagine that. You give up these 2 rings that have pretty damn good stats and this phenomenal set bonus to gain Alchemical Earth Attunement and a good curse on your ring. Mind-blowing. Absolutely mind-blowing. You can't even craft particularly good things on the ring. Like, you can craft Spell Power and Spell Crit for, like, your healing. Or Electric Absorb, which you get on the boots. And in this slot, you can craft Insightful Charisma, Con, or Dex, except it's only +6, it's not +7. The only good thing on the ring you can craft is Insightful MRR and Insightful PR, which I guess is fair. But like, seriously? No. You're never gonna convince me. It will never happen. Never is gonna happen. We're gonna run Gravekeeper's Vest because I don't have the Downcast, nor do I need it. Exceptional Lore, Exceptional Spell Power, and then here we can just put this PRR. We have the Truthful Blow set, so what other set bonus? What set augment would we run? Probably Perfect Silence. Probably a good choice. We obviously want Healing Amp, but in this Sun slot, we are going to put the Solar Gem. I'm blind, I can't see it. I'm stupid. Please scream at the screen. I will figure out where it is based on your screaming. And look at that. We have 286 AC. This is a shit ton of AC to the point where things are going to start missing us even in R10. Like Doom Reapers start missing you sometimes at 28. Or 200, like 300, and we're getting pretty damn close to that. Also, I don't think this number is correct. This number is definitely not correct. Now, what artifact do I recommend people run instead? I'm trying to not gear it in because there's another bracer I want, but I usually default to Rock Hards because Rock Hards is really freaking good. Rock Hards is the GOAT. Alright, Cruel Hands of Fate. Why do we want Cruel Hands of Fate? Well, we can craft on Melancholic Intelligence, Melancholic Quality Intelligence, Miserable MRR, and then here we can put in Sacred DCs. And then here we're going to put Perfect Silence, green. We're going to put Essence of Dark Diversion because aggro bad. So now we're at minus 50% threat gen, and we put in a Treachery threat reduction filigree, and we're at 0. And then we're good. Right here, we're going to run the Baron's Bandolier because it's just goated. Why is it good? It has Enhanced Blood Rage and False Life. Enhanced Blood Rage being something that's mandatory on melee tunes. Also could argue for ranged tunes and casters. Really, it's really just good on everyone. It's mostly good on melee tunes because it gives melee power, but it also gives to damage and constitution when it procs, and if you're killing stuff, it procs fairly often. Right here, we're going to put in Constitution and Quality Constitution, and in the green slot, we are going to put the Emerald of Arcane Empowerment. So we already have Lunar Melee Power, so that means that here, we are going to put I think Lunar Intelligence is a good choice. Lunar Intelligence. Now our intelligence is 81. That's not too bad. That's pretty damn good. We're still missing Insightful too. And an artifact. Goggles. Right, with the goggles, we are going to run the legendary mining lenses. I think that's the... Ooh. No, we don't need spell pen, never mind. Make sure this is the play. I think this is the play, I think this is what we want to run. Pretty sure this is what we want, because in here we can put in 17% double strike, and in here we can put in Seeker. Let me just make sure, do we have the set bonus? Yes, we do. Alright, so in the colorless, we are going to put Imbued Infusion for the Imbue dice. And then in here, we're gonna put Sapphire of Dodge and the Sun slot. So we have, which artifact bonus did I pick? Melee power. So here we're gonna put Double Strike. And there we go. We are at 97 Double Strike. And that's missing the Insightful. Where did we get the Insightful? Well, we get it from Cloak of the Forest Blade. So we put in the Imbued Infusion. In the green slot, we can put what I put here. Can't go wrong with Festive Intelligence. In the Sun slot, since we don't need spell power, we have melee power, we have Fort Bypass, we have Double Strike. So now we need Intelligence. And now we have 87 Intelligence in the Trinket. We're gonna put the Heart Shard because we farmed it out for some reason. I don't know why we would do that. It's probably not a smart idea. Here we can put not good choices in this. Are these goggles really the play? If I could put Double Strike. No, it is the play. Yeah, it is. This is definitely the play. So we're just gonna put in, I guess, Dexterity for AC. In this slot, we are going to put, what do you think, Quality? No, that's just Deception. Wait, what did I put here? Quality Intelligence. Yeah, we need Deception. And in this slot, we can put in Legendary Armor Piercing. I think that's the play. Yeah, Legendary Armor Piercing. And we can have Imbued Infusion in the green. We are going to put I'm not putting in Death Block because I'm pretty sure I have Death Block on the gloves as a curse. I don't need Death Block. I mean, Ravels is not a bad choice. Ravels is always good. In the Sun slot, now we can put in Solar Gem of Illusion for 4 to Illusion DCs. We're trying to land Greater Color Spray. In the necklace slot, we're going to run the Dracolich's Eye. Why are we going to run the Dracolich's Eye? It gives Insightful Deception, Relentless Fury, and here we can craft an Insightful Intelligence. So that's a good choice. Yellow slot. Featherfall, I guess. In the green. What would we put? I guess Essence of Ultimatum, because it makes you immune to the Grip and Strahd. It's what someone told me. And people also speculate that it makes you immune with the grip in Relentless, though it hasn't been tested, because people think that it was just copy-pasted, which, knowing SSG, it probably was. What? Okay, so what move slots do I have slotted? I have melee power. I didn't slot one in here. Whoopsies. So I have melee power there, intelligence there. That means the PRR is going to go here. A PRR there, which means here I can put Lunar Gem of Illusion for 4 to Illusion DCs. Now we have 94 intelligence. Why is the melee power not stacking? Oh, right. Oh, also, this 3% Profane Double Shot also gives Double Strike, meaning that I can swap out the Fragment of Extraplanar Shadow for a Fragment of Extraplanar Alignment. Now we get Absorb for that. So now we're Giga. Well, it looks like I am in fact going to be running the rock cards. Oh well. Is what it is. Then here we can run... Not this one. Which one is it? This one. The Helm of Eternal Day for Insightful PRR, Quality Fortification, and Profane Life Force. That's a good idea. I think I need to put another set aug in. I don't need these shitty augments. Really realistic. Oh, like, do I really seriously need an Essence of the Ultimatum? Probably not. So instead, we are going to run. I need Esoterica. No, wait, no, I don't. What am I saying? Rule Cut, maybe? Yeah, Cruel Cut. I think that's the play. Cruel Cut there. I can put the Feather Falling Augment here. Cruel Cut. And in the last Sun slot, I have a lot of choice. Oh, wait, no, not. Well, really need Cruel Cut? I mean, realistically, do I need that? What would I put here? I have all my spell DCs. I have all my damage. At least, I mean, I think probably the play is swap this out for Paragon Guard, and in the Sun slot put in the Solar Gem of... Am I stupid? I am stupid. What is the Solar Gem of Damage called? Is it not just called the Solar Gem of Damage, or am I stupid? What? Wait, what? I'm so confused. Why is there no damage? Interesting. Well, somewhere there's a Solar Gem of Damage. I don't know what's up with that. Maybe it's called something weird? Let me check the wiki, see if it's called something weird. No, it is called Solar Gem of Damage. Huh. It just doesn't exist on the builder. I'll report that, I guess. Well, in that case, we're going to take the Critical Confirmation. And here, we're going to swap this out for Paragon Guard. And last but not least, we have... That's the wrong slot. What am I doing? Rockard Champion's Cuffs. Now, why is Rockard's good? Insightful Seeker, Insightful Armor Piercing, Improved Deception. Those are all stats I don't have. This is a 5-slot artifact, and I can craft on Insightful Constitution. Now, compared to the Autumn Equinox, you don't get the big acid dot. Instead, you get Improved Deception, which is always good, Insightful Armor Piercing, which is always good, and Insightful Seeker, which is almost always good. And you also can craft the thing of your choice. Basically, and on damn near any melee or range build, this will always be good. On the Autumn Equinox, you're basically on most builds only getting realistically, you're only getting the Acid Dot, and then you're getting the Insightful Double Shot or Double Strike if you don't run the Cloak. I don't know what cloak you'd run otherwise, because, I mean, there's no crazy cloaks, so you trade your ring set for a different cloak that is, in my opinion, less crazy than the double strike one, but it doesn't matter. And here we're gonna put Topaz and melee power, not plus 12 because that doesn't exist. In the blue, we're putting Paragon Guard. In the green, this is our last augment. I think we have a bunch of spare augments we don't really need to slot. It's just for gravy. I don't think I missed anything important. Pretty sure we're good. I guess I'll just put Deathblock for if I ever post this build. In the moon slot, we are going to put the Lunar Gem of... I think damage. I think damage is a good idea. Healing amp or damage, both are fine. 104% double strike. Nice. Healing amp is still really freaking bad. I don't have any spell power for healing, which kinda sucks. I really don't have any positive spell power. Well, I can swap out Essence of Constellation for a Eye of Lamania. There we go, 600. That's with Cure Serious Wounds. That's not gonna be a lot, but I mean, what's the cooldown on this? 6 seconds. That should be enough. Not die theoretically. It should be enough. It's not gonna be great in mid Reaper, but should get the job done at least. So that's fine. Critical chance is shit, but meh. Now that I think about it, I think this is a better play. Hold on, I need to take a screenshot of what I had slotted in this so I remember. I think this is probably a better choice for this specific build. Why do I think this is better? Granted, this slot is kind of a dead slot. I guess Force Absorb. But in this slot, we can put in positive spell crit chance. So then with that, 33%. Oh, this is actually going to be 38% because this thing gives 5% crit chance with all spells, I believe. I guess that means that we should probably slot in a Essence of Femora's Memento somewhere. Probably not a bad idea. Goodbye, Ultimatum. Alright, so now we're at 43% crit chance, which isn't actually that bad. 94% Fort Bypass. Oh. I don't need Ring Armor Piercing. Well, then I could just put in Positive crit chance or crit damage. Alright. Melee power is at 250. We're looking good. By the way, if you're wondering why I went Paragon Guard, if you get this much AC, you can actually have raid bosses on hard miss you. Like VOD, Sulamatis will start missing you when you get this much. So this means you'll be able to probably solo that raid if you get this much. It also means even on Reaper, the Orthons will start missing you. Doom Reapers will miss you quite a lot. R10s are going to be a lot easier because, especially in older R10s, things will miss you quite a lot. All those people who tell you AC is useless, they're sitting around with like 80. So ignore them. It's not true. It's very useful. What's our stats looking like? I forgot Insightful Accuracy. Fuck. How did I forget that? Oh, that's so embarrassing. God fucking damn it. Whoopsies. That's a problem. Intelligence is looking good, though. Damn, how did I forget that? Means I can't run a Heart Shard. How do we get Insightful Accuracy with this admittedly very good gear set without completely screwing it over? Don't think we can. I think we're just fucked. I think that's just pretty sure that's just where we are. We are just fucked. Because I don't think there is. Yeah. Okay, it's not as bad as I thought. It's bad, but it could be worse. What is my MRR? 110. Cap's 144. PRR is looking a little low. Alright, we're gonna pivot a little bit. We're gonna swap out this Lunar Gem of weapon damage for a Lunar Gem of MRR. Gonna do that because we're swapping out the boots. Much as I don't want to, I think that has to be what we do. Because with the Death's Deferral, we get Insightful Accuracy and Quality Deadly. It's two stats we don't have. Just double check. Illusionary Power and Truthful Blow. That's not really what I was hoping to do. I was hoping to avoid doing that. The problem is you didn't have enough to hit. Now we do have enough to hit. Without Insightful Accuracy, you don't have enough to hit on most characters, especially this one. Because this tree only gives 2 to hit. Like, we need to hit so freaking badly. We don't get enough on this build. It's not an option, and the trance doesn't have it either. Our to damage is wrong because it's dexterity. So our dex is 58, and okay, so the damage is going to be a lot higher. However, I actually do have a good idea. In this sealed on death slot, I can put quality intelligence. Why would I do that? If I put quality intelligence, where is it? This one? This one. In here, instead of quality intelligence, we can put in quality accuracy. Now, we have even more to hit. We didn't lose anything. So, that looks like the gear set this build will have. It is surprisingly not the same as my universal melee range gear set because I swapped out the goggles. For this, because I needed the crit chance. It's not ideal, but it will do. Alright, so let me just quickly do the math on my DCs. So I have 44 here. Do it in Reaper. Just put my stats in Reaper. My DC bonus is 48. My intelligence is 98. That's a modifier of 44. So that puts me at a greater color spray DC of 107. Without filigrees. It's not too terrible, actually. That's better than I was expecting, considering all of the downside, all of the sacrifices in terms of DCs we made. Surprisingly good. Actually, kind of surprised I was able to pull that off. I'd like 110. I think 110 is a better place to be. Let's do the filigrees. So to start, since we're a melee, we are going to run Strength Raid Filigree. Why? You run the Strength 2 of the Raid Strength Filigrees, you get 18 melee power for 2 filigrees, that's 100% worth it. So now, I don't know why this number isn't correct. How do we have 100, like, what? Confused. We had like 100, over 100 earlier. What? I was like at 4. Oh, whatever. Nobody knows. So with this, we'll be MRR capped. Yep, there we go. 140. Yep, we're basically capped, and with the filigrees, we'll be capped. Anyways, so with this, 2 filigrees, you get 18 melee power for 2. So now we're at 283 melee power. We're obviously going to have Enhanced Blood Rage on. So we're at 293. Sinister Secret of Saltmarsh, we are going to run the Redbringer melee power. And we're going to run the 5-piece because we want the fort bypass. We're going to run the PRR. What is my dex at? 62. We don't want the dex filigree. Armor class, because Lamau, we want big number. What is my fort bypass? 104. Yeah, we definitely need the 5-piece. I guess fort saves. And we want the Ravenloft, retreat, threat reduction. Melee power. Looks like we're not running Shattered Device, that's fine. It's not the end of the world, we'll survive. We also want the Ravenloft Long Shadow. Melee power. melee power. That 2-piece gets us 5 melee power, and then if we put one more filigree in, probably just attack and damage. Then we get 2 imbue dice. Now we have 348 melee power. Damn, that's a lot. I was told you can only hit 300 melee power in Arcane Trickster. It's almost like that isn't true. Oh well, and I don't even have any Mythica Reaper gear. So, that was just not a correct statement. And then here, we're gonna run Eye of the Beholder Intelligence because it gives a universal spell power. We're also gonna run another Eye of the Beholder Intelligence. Alright, 102 intelligence, 140 for MRR capped, 240 PRR, shit ton of AC, shit ton of hit points. Pretty damn good melee power considering what we're playing. We are double strike capped. 22 imbue dice isn't too bad. 29 sneak attack dice is a lot. We have a bunch of sneak attack to damage and attack. We're bad capped. We have threat reduction to not pull aggro, maybe, probably not. Fortitude and reflex saves are looking good. And we're gonna have like 108, 109 on the color spray. Which isn't too bad, I don't think. It's not enough for Lamortia or Myth on R10, but I wasn't really aiming to hit that anyways, because I don't really think I could. Positive crit chance at 43. Positive spell power is... Why is my physical higher? Doesn't matter. So, would this build work? Compared to Eldritch Knight, what does it get? It has similar DCs, which is surprising. It gets more melee power because we can just build full melee power. It gets a lot more sneak attack dice. It gets roughly the same imbue dice, and the imbue is better because it's well, the imbue is probably worse because you get more than 700 spell power on Eldritch Knight. You get like 800. So the imbue would technically do more damage on Eldritch Knight, but this is a force imbue, meaning that it'll always work. Our ability to score to damage is going to be like 150. It's going to be a big number. Our crit multi's good. Our critical threat range is exceptional. I can't believe I forgot AoE. Oh my goodness. I'm almost done and I fucking forgot to take AoE abilities. Oh my goodness. Well, how would we fix this? So... Okay, hopefully you've been able to see that the whole time. Otherwise, I don't know. I guess I suck. But, so we can pivot a little bit. We can swap out the Dark Hunter level for a fighter level. You can just do that real quick. Probably should have saved it in case it crashes. If it crashes, that'll be not ideal. Oh, nope. Well, I'm going to save it now. And then... Yes, I know you can't see it. I know. Just adjusting this. Okay, it's back. Alright, so I think what the play is we change this to Arcane Trickster. Very slowly. Alright, we drop 2 con points and we put them in strength. Why would we do that? Because we can swap in the fighter level at level 2. And we can take power attack. Now, with power attack, that allows us to we can swap out Arcane Initiate for somewhere, where is it? Cleave Feet. This was buffed to actually be good, basically, is why we're taking it. And then, actually, probably should take Cleave here, and Great Cleave here. That's the, yep, there we go. And then we just take out Nimble Fingers, put in Precision. We lost 4 sneak attack dice, I think. I think that's how much we lost. Yeah, 4 sneak attack dice, which kind of sucks. Alright, we're gonna do another pivot. I'm sorry. Nope, we're not gonna do that pivot. Not worth it. Never mind. Ignore what I said. So now we have AoE. We lost some sneak attack dice, but we get 4 more enhancer points. Which means that we can take int point here. Means we can swap out this attack and damage for long shadow intelligence. Maybe. Okay, there we go. So now our intelligence is 104. And with the last 2 points... Could take Wind Through the Trees, or Read in the Wind, whatever that's called, but I think that's worth it. Do I need the double strike? Yes, I do need the double strike. Damn it. Then I can't do that. That doesn't work. We'll just put that back in. I guess just immunity to energy drain, because I believe I didn't take that here. Yeah, I didn't. Okay, that's fine. Okay. I think that's it for this build. I mean, something better I could take here. I mean, I know I like this, but yeah, I think we do need that. So let's just calculate our final DC on Greater Color Spray. $110. I repeat, we are at 110. That's good. That is really, really, really good. That's enough. That's enough. That's what I wanted to hit. So we have 110 on Greater Color Spray. We also have Fine Dust. What is my disabled device? 100. Okay. Probably want to put in a disabled device augment then. And I think that's the last thing to change about the build. Alright, 124 trip DC will land. Alright. That looks to be the end of the video, so if you like what you saw, I don't know, go watch more videos or something. I don't really know what else to say because the last theoretical build video I made was one of my most popular builds videos I had ever made, which I wasn't expecting, so I decided to try another one and see if it was as popular, and let me know if you... I hope you were able to see this, but if you were able to see this, or if you were not able to see it, let me know. And also let me know if you like this style of video, because I can always make more of these. These are not a problem to make, they're just a lot of time. So, yeah, hopefully you like this video, and I shall smell you later.